The truth is that income follows assets, not typically the other way around. So ultimate, the ultimate passive income is to the degree in which you have assets out there working for you. Okay, I know it's Randy, the monetize your life guy, and he looks like he's making bank in his bathrobe. That's what I'm doing. But I'm here to say, and I'm here to be very, very serious about this idea that it is easy. It is not. This idea that you can make passive income, you got to work for it. And that you said it once and forget it, well, that's a dream. But why not dream? When I talk about that income follows assets, we've heard that for how long? Oh my gosh. I keep having people ask me, hey, what do you mean by this passive income stuff? Show me the receipt. So, and then they want to see more receipts. So, well, guess what today is? It is receipt showing day. So, you get a chance to see some of the things I'm talking about. But I want you to hear the call to action that I'm making today. And that call to action for you is let's start making assets so that it peels off the income. I watched friends of mine have their careers taken from underneath them. I don't care about the politics and all that stuff involved in it, but it happened. And those are real folks being really affected by somebody taking an income from them, and now they're scrambling trying to feed their families. Now, I'm saying that we want to have so many assets. I want that to fuel you. I want you to get furious with the concept and the idea that somebody could take your job away or somebody could take your situation away and you got nothing else coming in. I'm telling you, those days need to stop today. So I'm going to help you think about this. Now, am I going to guarantee you anything? No, I'm not going to do that. I don't do that. I tell you all the time that this is for educational purposes only. What you're getting ready to see here in a few minutes is results I get from a variety of things. Do I want those results to be more? Yeah. But I'm saying if you have the assets available, they can potentially produce you some income. That's what we want to start thinking about. I'm going to show you here in a second how that matters. So I'll go through, I got my rails up today, y'all. I got my rails up today. You'll see the rails here in a second. I want to show you the rails. What are the rails? Well, that's a slide. My rails are the slides today, right? So here it is. I want you thinking about this all of the time. That income follows assets. We need to really start thinking about it. Now, y'all know how I feel about what people tell me I need to do, but I'm just watching too many friends suffer not having some passive income. Passive. See, watch this. Air quotes, passive. So if you're listening to this right now, which I recommend, go over to my YouTube channel, hit the live section, and just put your earphones on and just listen. Listen to them all back to back to back. I certainly am going to appreciate it, and I know you're going to get some value from it. I try not to be too flashy with all the other stuff, but I'll show you a couple things. Income is following your assets. We have to stop chasing paychecks and start building income machines. Are you listening to me? Income machines. Now, I talk about this a lot, so I'm coming back to it. I'm looping back around. I talked about it in the 30 days, 30 products a day challenge. I talked about it then, but here it is. Here's the hard truth nobody's going to tell you. You know this is happening, don't you? You're working harder and harder, hustling, grinding, pouring hours into projects and clients. That's a key thing, and clients. But here's the brutal reality. Hard work isn't your constraint. That's not your constraint. That's not what's stopping you. Asset poverty is. Whoa, wait. Did you just call me a No, I did not call your name. I said asset poverty. In other words, the fact that we don't have assets out there working for us. We're going to change that though. I'm going to be talking to you about that, and I'm not going to promise you you're going to be able to do this, but I'm going to give you the opportunity to work with me if you want, because I'll help you build these things. Fair? All right. Let's take a look at. Let's go a little bit deeper. Here's what we know. Here's a wake up call. Is this a wake up call for you? You tell me. I'm sitting here, I'm making bank in my bathrobe because, well, while I'm sitting here in my bathrobe, stuff's out there making money. Assets are out there making money for me. Now, it's not typical, implied, guaranteed, or even promised that you will get these results. A lot of people that try this stuff make nothing because they don't do nothing. They buy the course, they buy the tool, they let the tool sit. Well, we're going to stop that. We got all kinds of stuff now. I teach you this. Digital assets. We got chat GPTs all over the place. We got opportunities to build stuff ourselves. But we got to think differently. Old thinking is chasing income and events, work harder, get paid once, repeat forever. No. New reality. Build assets. Assets generate income. Income follows assets. Income compounds, freedom expands. Wait, what? Freedom expands. You are the new asset, my friend. Why do you think I say that I'm the monetize your life guy? Let me see what's going on here with the thing. I say this, that I'm the monetize your life guy. Now it's working. Because you're the asset. It is in what you do, in what you think, in how you move, in the things that's happened to you that are the assets. And I'm going to tell you, now that we can create from our body of knowledge, we can create from our body of knowledge. We are unique. Your life is unique. Now I'm going to show you how to create from that. GPT it. You're going to GPT your life. I should probably write that down. Thank you very much. That's a good idea. GPT your life so that you can monetize your life. I like to say sometimes we productize our life. That's another way to look at it. Productize our life so that we can monetize our life. Productize so you can monetize. Great. Money is just the byproduct. Assets are the engine. Do you believe me? Money is just the byproduct. Assets are the engine. The single shift in thinking separates those who stay stuck and from those who break free. Are you going to break free? That's the question for you. Are you going to break free? Now, you may go, bro, what are you talking about? What is a digital asset? What counts as a digital asset? Well, we talk about knowledge assets. Now, I kind of wish that I had a little more time. You know, I should probably maybe stop going to get so much darn coffee during the day because I should be working and doing more asset creating. Yeah, maybe I should be doing that, writing more books, putting out more micro SaaS products, creating more tools. I think I'll start that tomorrow. But here it is. What counts as a digital assets? In the digital era, assets aren't just stocks and real estate, NFTs and all that mess. They're anything you create, own, or control online that can be monetized repeatedly. Now, I remember the concept from school, right? They said this thing and it almost made me quit college. It was two concepts that made me think very deeply. It was economics. Y'all have heard me say this before. It was econ. And econ taught you about opportunity costs. Wait, opportunity costs. Yes. There's for every opportunity, there's a cost to doing that over that. Okay. You've heard me say that. Then there was this other concept about no additional marginal cost. Now, that was an interesting concept. It's starting to change now with AI. I'll tell you why in a minute. But no additional marginal cost means you build something once and you can have it forever. I remembered it All those years, I remembered those concepts. Wait, so that means create one thing like a digital asset, and then I can have it forever? Yes. And I can repurpose it. I can do things with it. Just like when we see, I was just recently reading about Stephen King and his latest movie, and they were all over it, man. They were saying, it's not that good. And then it went, it didn't do that well at the box office. He liked it, but it didn't do that well at the box office. But this was like the second time somebody tried to make it. Now, let's see if I got this right. He wrote a book. From the book, he got turned into a movie once. Then again, then it went to streaming. And now it's making a bag in streaming. That's interesting. And guess what? He wrote it one time. He's worth over $400 million, probably a lot more by now. Because his assets that he wrote years ago are continually making him money. Now, he did a smart thing. I read that he had, at some point, the books that he owned, that he had got checks on already, that the publishing company gave him money on, they revert back to him. Now, 100% revert back to him. That means he doesn't have to share anything with them. That is an interesting concept, isn't it? Yeah. So if we start thinking about this digital asset as the possibility of it going out there doing some things for us, we now have a really cool perspective to look at things from, right? Knowledge asset, audience asset. This is what people are forgetting. This right here. This is huge. Email lists, community, subscribers, followers who know, like, and trust and buy from you. System assets, automation, funnels, SOPs, and tech stacks that work 24/7 without your direct involvement. Now, there's your passivity. Your systems becomes your passivity. This becomes your opportunity to go out there and crush. And we want you crushing. That's it. Key concept. I'm going to show you. So, digital assets. You want to see some digital assets? Look at this. I'll show you. Passive income follows assets. The question is, do you have any? I never forget, I heard this lady say, the amount of income that you want to make is in direct proportion to the amount of buy buttons you have available for people to click on. I heard that and it changed everything for me. Passive income follows assets. I'm asking this question right here. Do you got any? And I use some examples. Y'all know people like to say, oh my gosh, show me some receipts. Okay, there you go. I don't like to brag. I like to blueprint. Brag is out. Blueprint is in. And here comes the blueprint. Creating things today. I had a friend of mine, Matt, he sent me a text and saying, creating, because I've been getting after him. He's got all this knowledge up here. And I says, okay, it's time to take that knowledge and GPT it. Okay. Very specifically, that's going to be your moat. That's going to be the thing. I was talking to another guy, Abraham, and he just released this powerful app. Man, I'd show you to you if it wasn't in beta. I can't do it. But powerful app. And it's powerful because it's 15 years of him working in a very specific niche that now he has captured, and now he has pointed to some folks and says, hey, here's what's this, and then here's some how we use AI to then go out and do it. But really, he's the AI. And I told Abraham, I says, man, and I don't know Abraham very well. I know his wife. And I said, Abraham, go fast. Go fast, because some people are going to try to unwind it. I said, but go fast and go furiously. And so you can get to a nice MRR, monthly recurring revenue. You have a very specific knowledge. Whoever's listening right now, a couple things. I want you to subscribe to the channels, pass it along, see this channel, go to all my lives, listen to them, just throw them on and listen to them. I could use the views. But here's the opportunity. As we think about the passive income and that assets follow them, It's because when you got stuff like this out there, bam, bam, bam. People ask me, well, but you only get, you don't get only so many views. I said, I don't care about that. I don't care about that. Here's the big game. The game is I have the content created. And now I have the brain over years proofed out. Now I need to productize it. Y'all see it? I talk about the 4 P's, my 4 P's. You're going to package that stuff. Yeah. You're going to put a price on it. Then you're going to present it. And then you're going to profit from it. Again, results are not typical, implied, guaranteed, or even promised. My online mentors talk about it and say these kind of things, disclaimers, and I follow. This is for educational purposes only. I tell you these things not to give you financial advice, but to give you a blueprint. Create some books. Create some courses. Here's 11 courses that I created or help, a couple of my clients. 11 courses. I get affiliate checks. It's $32 that came in today. $204 there. Just checks. Here's a couple bucks, $10, $15, $10.20, $86, $32. What was that one? $23. I mean, the point is when you've got assets, you can put your robe on and put your assets out there and do everything you can to get traffic to those assets so that those assets can do this, bring in income. Are y'all with me? Income follows assets, not the other way around. Here is the digitization. I like the idea of digitizing what you know and have done, what you've experienced and what you have gone through. All of these things, what people are out there searching for, all of that becomes the opportunity. Why am I talking about it so much? Because it's that important, especially given the fact that AI is about to decimate whole industries. Yeah. We won't be doing certain labor anymore. So what do? Well, we will be learning, and then what we do with what we learn? Well, we will hopefully be selling that learning. So it's whether you're going from crypto or courses, it's the same logic. Look at this. The tech world defines digital asset as a digital representation of value recorded on secure ledgers. Now, back in the day, remember crypto was a thing? Well, crypto ain't gone nowhere. NFTs was a thing. It hasn't really gone anywhere. Tokens, said a different way. Guess who uses tokens now? Guess who uses tokens? AI companies, because you will run out of tokens if you're not careful, right? Okay. Yes, of course, that's a digital asset. Your email list, asset. Y'all want to do some math? Where's my little handy dandy calculator? Y'all hear me talk about this. I got a course right now. If you want it, DM me. I'll send it to you. It's a email marketing course. Look at this. And it really talks about what Kevin Kelly mentioned. Now, I said this a couple of weeks ago, I think, talking about Kevin Kelly. But imagine you had 1,000 people on your email list. Just imagine. And they paid you $100 a year. Well, that's, my math geniuses out there. 1,000 people paid me $100 a year. That's $100,000. I live in Grand Rapids, Michigan. That'll go a couple places. I mean, houses is going up, but imagine it just 1 year. So if you had 2,000, how much is that? If you had 3,000 people on your email list, so what should you be doing? Getting people on the email list. How will we do that? By giving them things, giving them books, giving them pieces of knowledge, saying, hey, you want this? Here it is. Boom. Give me your email. I'll give it to you. Yeah. So now you can send them items later. I got a newsletter. I got email lists, all that kind of stuff. And then I routinely send them, hey, how you doing? Here's something I'm selling. Here's something I'm presenting. Not all the time. Not all the time. You know how you get those emails. You're like, oh my God, will they leave me alone? So we don't do it like that. The income ladder, here's it is. 4 rungs separate exhausted from the exponential. Where are you right now? Rung 1, the time for money trap. I do a little time for money. That's no problem. No harm, no foul. You deliver a thing. In fact, that's actually back. In real life, things are actually back. And I mean, because of AI, now people says, is it real or is it Memorex? They want to know that it's real. So the reality, one payment per hour worked. No asset remains when the work stops. You essentially are renting yourself out. Wait, what? Yeah, you're for rent. Sorry. You essentially rent yourself out. At the moment you stop working, the income evaporates. Not anymore. I want us to stop that, get into other things. The problem, there's a hard ceiling on your earnings. I used to say, and I may still release this. It's called it was called uncap how to uncap your earnings. Well, that's not that sexy, but uncap your earnings. This is what you make. Job said so. Well, we're gonna give you 60 grand a year. Oh, and by the way, we want to rent your tail for 40 hours a week. Oh, plus lunches. Oh, and drive time. Oh, and those meetings, yeah, sit through them. Oh my gosh. That's a cap. And then we're going to value you at $62,000 a year. Now, if you're a salesperson, you can go and, do a lot of sales. But if you come under the sales, if you don't make the sales, now you get warnings and you get write-ups. Oh man. Or you get clawbacks when you sell something and people go, after all, I don't want this. This is hard. Most freelancers and service providers never escape this. They get comfortable with good enough income and never build what comes next. We got the tools. I'm going to be sharing how to do all of these kinds of things, right? Now, you're still delivering service, but you're building internal assets with service with assets. Okay, a little better. A little better. Frameworks that guide every project, SOPs. I was telling a friend of mine, or a guy I actually do some work with his organization, Dondre. And I said, Dondre, I can make the meeting, but I'm going to be late. I says, but what if you did a video on what you're going to be covering and then use that video as a SOP? That's a digital framework of what you just said, so we don't have to remember. And it is a great training tool. I just laughed at it and left it for him because I'm always giving him ideas. Right? He takes up some of them, some of them he doesn't. But that becomes the opportunity. An SOP is a digital asset. How do I do this? What business are you in? How do I do that? What did you just learn? How did you learn it? What did you put together? What if you concluded from it? How have you applied it? Don't tell me, show me, and then sell it. Are y'all with me? Again, this piece of advice is literally for educational. I don't promise you anything. People that try this stuff, it's not typical, implied, guaranteed that you will make it. All right, looks like I got a picture that's missing. I have to fix that. So extract and package. Y'all heard me talk about it. Extract and package that stuff. I want you out there putting stuff together, giving people stuff. Portfolio of assets, multiple products, audience assets, financial assets. Now, I'm going to be going even deeper in some of this inside of either the community or some of the courses. But if you want me to walk you through it myself, that's the trade time for money perspective. I'll do that too, because sometimes you might want and might need a little hand holding. I'm cool with that because this is what I love to do. And I can help you get there faster. Just saying. Monetize your life. Here's my philosophy. Your life isn't just happening to you. It's raw material. Wait, what? Yeah. Your life is not just happening to you. It's raw material. The moment you figured that out, it changes the way you move in this life. It changes. So every day I wake up, whether I'm pissed off, angry at the world, mad at my husband, mad at my wife, it's raw material. Our job is to package it, price it, present it so that we can profit from it. The 4 P's, man. Y'all with it? The question isn't what should I sell? The question is, what have I already figured out that others are still struggling with? What? I'm telling you, we got to have some music on that. That becomes the opportunity. Yeah? Think about that for a minute, y'all. have I figured out that others are still struggling with? Yeah. It's because you got some skills and some talents and some things that you have done that nobody has figured out yet. Well, let's package them, let's present them, and let's give them to people that aren't as fortunate as you right now, that don't have that yet. They will in a minute though, right? That becomes the biggest opportunity that you may be missing right now because you're not thinking about it in that particular way. We gotta say, hey, this is the asset building mindset. We solve a problem once, document it. Ask questions, how do I turn this into an asset? Package and publish, improve and iterate. That's it. Did I say anything about being perfect? No? Well, let's stop that perfectionism. That's keeping you stuck. Stop building sandcastles. Every hour you work without building an asset is like building a sandcastle at high tide. Beautiful effort. We've seen it. Zero performance, gone by morning. Big old wave that is life has hit it. And now it's gone. And we've seen, and it's breaking my heart the more I keep seeing it. You putting stuff out there, sweat and tears, and yet what happened? My pulls a rug over my neck because he has a political perspective. And they go, we don't like this no more. And if we don't like that no more, we therefore don't like you no more. That becomes the hardest pill to swallow simply because we didn't do nothing wrong. You didn't do anything wrong. Sometimes some people just, maybe voted a certain way. Here it is. Your next move, audit your assets. I want you to think about your assets right now. Look around the house. Pick one to build. Look around the house. First of all, what can I get rid of? Just hold me down. I'll give you an example from my own life. Now, it's gotten to the point where I'm getting a little bit too many of these. My 5x7 cards. I'm getting too many of them. I got some over here. Y'all can't see that. I got some over here. I got some right here. I got some back there. Now, those should be books. Those should be products. Those should be services. So that's auditing my assets. Now, wait a minute. Did I just look at a piece of paper as an asset? You dang right, because it was an idea that I had that I wrote down. It's an idea I saw that I wrote down. It's an idea that I read about that I wrote down. You got that same stuff, whether you're carrying it here, which I hope not, because that's just too heavy. Whether you're carrying it here and you need to get it out, and I showed you yesterday how to get it out. Easy. Then we build. Then we take what we build. Sometimes, now y'all know how I say, don't build until you find an audience, but sometimes you got to get it out and it's done. Pick one to build. Launch, learn, launch. Launch and learn. There is no failure. There's launching, there's not launching. There's learning, and there's not learning. And then we just keep it moving. That becomes our opportunity, y'all. I'm telling you, this stuff is not rocket science. It is effort. Passive income follows assets. Courses. These are courses. I got different tools that I use them on. Courses. Right there. Money from stuff. People sending you money because you're an affiliate for things. I teach you about that. I've did 11 units sold. All right, thank you very much. And you know how you have the Amazon folks saying, hey, all you got to do is put your book on Audible. Well, this is Audible, and it ain't as easy as they say. But you can sell stuff. So you sell that, you get a little check here, get a little check here from there. You get a big fat, as they say, big fat check, $10 from here. You get $200 from there. You get $32 from there. And next thing you know, your assets are pumping. Digital gold, baby. Am I telling you that this will happen? For sure I know. I tell you this from educational purposes, not financial advice. Stuff like this is not typical. It's certainly not implied, guaranteed, or even promised. It doesn't work. I can show you this today, and you can say, you know what, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. You might even go get the tool, and then the tool sits there, and you forget how to use it. When you forget how to use it, then you go, "This is hard," and you quit. I've been there. I've done that. All that. You put a course out there, nobody buys. You quit. Well, we're gonna stop that mess. I'm gonna help you stop that mess. To whatever degree, whatever level you want the help. You may just say, bro, just talk. I don't like people telling me what to do. I had a daddy. I don't need no more. Whatever. That's fine. That's fine. And just up, listen in, and I go through these things, and I talk about stuff like this. Implement. Use the tools that you have available to you. If I had a guy send me, hey man, look at these tools. Tell me what I can do with them. So I looked at the tools. I said that was garbage. Just let it go. And he canceled the subscription. And I said, this one right here though, this can be leveraged. So if you got some tools at home that you go, man, I bought this tool, whatever software package, a how-to thing, then let's get together. I'll show you how to use it. I'll show you how to leverage it. Even if it's an older one. I have discovered some older tools and brought them back to life. And one is out there printing. I'm getting emails after emails after emails. And I've already shown you the math on the devil. Because that tool that was old is working still. Now, every now and then I have to call up the place that I bought it from and say, hey, is this working? So, why isn't this working? They go, oh, sir, it's working. I'm like, okay, this thing don't work. Anyway, I wanted to tell you that, bring you in, show you this. Passive income follows asset, and ask this big question. You got any? Do you have any? If you do not have any, let's get some. Because if you do not get assets, then how can we expect there to be income? Income follows assets. Y'all with me? If you are, I'll see you tomorrow.